Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today on this video. Okay, what I want to talk to you about today is, and a lot of you, this video is going to resonate with you, right? It's going to resonate because this is something I've experienced. You know, when I talk about things, it's more of being genuine to who I am, being honest about what I've gone through. You know, it's more about being my authentic self. It's more about being truthful. I've always been truthful. And sometimes that's not a good thing, right? When you're too upfront, when you're too truthful, when you're too out there, that's not a good thing because sometimes people try to use that against you, right? But what I want to talk to you about today is some of the people who you are connected to, they're holding you back. They're not holding you back in a physical form. They don't have their hands on you, but they have their emotions on you. You are emotionally invested in these people. You are emotionally tied to these people, and they are holding you back. And let me give you some examples of how they're holding you back. They're holding you back because you're so invested in them. You're so invested in their emotions, what they're doing, pleasing them, that you can't even be emotionally invested in what God is calling you to do. Right? The sun is bright. I have to put back on my shades. You're not invested in what you need to be doing for your divine purpose. You're not invested in those things that you know you should be doing. You're not invested in that because your focus is on that person. Your focus is on those people. Your focus is on serving everyone else but your purpose. Your main purpose should be on what God is calling you to do. If he is calling you to go online, that is what you should be doing. If he's calling you to cook healthy, organic meals, that is what you should be doing. If he's calling you to draw, to use the gift that he's giving you, that's what you should be doing. But you can't do that because you're so emotionally invested in your friend. You're emotionally invested in your siblings. You're emotionally invested in that child. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. Don't take my message and say, I got a child that's disabled, I got to be emotionally invested. I'm not who you're talking to. This message will resonate with you. All of my messages will resonate with who it needs to resonate with. So don't come and take my message and use it as an excuse for why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. If you know you got a disabled child, this message is not for you. If you know you're taking care of an elderly parent, this message is not for you in this season. But you can resonate with it, but this is not for you. But what I'm talking about is those people who are emotionally invested in people who are capable and able to do for themselves. You're emotionally invested in a well-bodied, a well-able person. Your emotions is so tied into these people that you cannot focus on what's going to make you wealthy. You cannot focus what's going to help you feed your family. You cannot focus on what it is that you enjoy, that what brings you happiness. Talking to people brings me happiness. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Talking to people brings me joy. Encouraging people brings me joy. Motivating, giving advice to people who want my advice. That's why I started a coaching company, right? That's why I started my personal development and coaching company. That's why you're on this video. Because I know there are people out there in this world that want what I have, that wants the wisdom that I have. Instead of me trying to get people who don't value what I have to see me, the Lord say, go online. There are thousands, there are millions of people that want the experience, want the value that I have. So if I would have just stayed local minded, if I would have stayed just trying to get my family to see the value that I have, I wouldn't be where I am today. Trying to get those people around me in the little box that they tried to keep me in, I would not be online. Online has expanded my reach, has expanded my voice. So many people can resonate with me because of my value, my experience, and out of my obedience to God. When God told me to come online, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I was a rebellious child. I didn't want to do it. I was kicking. I was so caught up in how I felt. So caught up in my selfish, oh, I don't want to do this. I look like this. I sound like this. God say, no. All of that is going to benefit you. People like to hear how you come online, how you come online, how you present. There are people who's going to resonate with that. People are going to be delivered because of what I say, because of my voice, because of how I sound. Every excuse that I made for not wanting to come online will be the very thing that people want to hear. The very thing that people are going to love about me. The very thing. So all of my excuses are out the door, and I'm so glad I was obedient. I am so glad that I listened to that voice that was within me telling me to go. You need to do this. Just go with what you have. Go with how you look. Don't try to put on this facade of you got things together. Just go. Be your authentic self. Go online and be authentic. And that's what I'm doing. I'm authentic. I'm the same talk as a person that I am online that I am in real life. Always trying to give people advice on how to, change and become a better them and be happy with who they are. That's me. I've always done that. Even when I was going through my own HE double hockey stick. You go Google what a double hockey stick is and you put the words together. HE double hockey stick. What is the shape of a hockey stick? Right? Even when I was going through my own stuff, I've always had it in me to encourage, to exhort, to let people know how they can get out of their situation. Because it's what's in me. It's not what I'm trying to pretend. That is what's in me. And once I learned to embrace what is in me, it was up from there. It was up from there. That's why I was able to start a coaching business, because I know I have what it takes. It's in me. It's not something I have to pretend to do. It's not something I have to go get training to do, which I've done. But that part of me, it's always been in me. That coaching part, that exhorting part, it's always been in me. Even when I was in school, my friends used to call me an old lady, because of my wisdom. I was just older in wisdom, right? I was wise. I've always been that way. I've always been the one to get people to see things from a different perspective and not just their perspective. I'm able to change the perspective of people, right? Don't look at it this way. Look at it like this, because I've done it in my own life. I looked at the things that I was going through as a way of me being strengthened, a way of me finding new ways to look at things, right? That's just who I've always been. But my point was, for this video, the people who you are connected to, the people who you are associated with, they are keeping you back. It is okay to distance yourself for a period of time. If people don't understand that you have something you're working on and you can't serve them in this season, that's on them. That they have to deal with that issue. That's not your problem. That's not your problem. Your focus is doing what God intended for you to be doing on this earth. And to be honest, that is going to be the only way you're going to survive, by working in your God-ordained, God-intended purpose. If you're not working in your gifting, that thing that comes natural to you, you won't be able to survive in this new world that is coming. In this new world, you won't be able to survive. Because we can't depend on our jobs. We can see that these jobs are not reliable. They're not dependable anymore. Only thing that's going to be dependable for you is your gift. That is my opinion. And I stand 10 toes down. Your gift is going to make room for you. That's not the words of me. That's the words from the Proverbs. Those are not my words. Those are wisdom. The words of wisdom. from the good book, the Bible. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before kings and great men. When you use your gift, people will come looking for you. They will come looking for you. They'll want what you have to offer. Be blessed.